At present, New Delhi is the most polluted city on earth. In Delhi, 3,000 children die of pollution every year.
Hello, I am Deepak Parvatia for LiveLaw. The Supreme Court is concerned about over 3,000 premature deaths in Delhi every year and has asked different authorities to report to it. These deaths are because of pollution and it has been a very big issue across the country. Today we have Mr. Ashwini Dubey. He is an advocate and he has been fighting the cause of pollution in heavily affected region of Singrauli.
Pollution of Delhi has reached to the level where premature deaths are taking place. Recently, Honorable Justice Madan B. Lokur has directed Delhi Government, Central Pollution Control Board, Ministry of Environment and Science and State of Uttar Pradesh, State of Haryana to form a committee to reduce the pollution and to work together.
What are the bottlenecks in the execution of the laws?
As per the directions of Honorable Supreme Court, various states or their representatives will come, will sit, will suggest their measures. They may also take an excuse that they are not creating more problem, they are not creating more, it's a Delhi which is creating, or they may take example, UP is creating, they may take an example, the Haryana is emitting more pollution. Now, if we remember, Honorable National Green Tribunal few years back in 2015 passed an order that the 15 years older diesel vehicles will not ply on Delhi roads. Have we seen how those orders have been implemented? The Delhi government was directed to implement this, but Delhi government, Central Pollution Control Board, Ministry of Environment and Forest never come together to work to reduce the environmental pollution.
India has overtaken China as the most polluted country in the world.
Today we are going to discuss about pollution across the country.
In Goa Foundation case also, Honorable Supreme Court has directed from time to time to minimize the pollution. In Karnataka issue, Honorable Supreme Court directed Odisha in Justice M.B. Shah committee was constituted to see the mining impacts in Kyonjhar and other parts of the Odisha. 1,000 pages report was submitted to Honorable Supreme Court of India. Different high-level committees were constituted, central empowered committees were constituted which visited and submitted its report. Singrauli is in Madhya Pradesh and Uttar Pradesh. It's a border area where almost 21,000 megawatt electricity is produced every day. More than 700 stone crushers are there. More than 45 heavy industries are working. In Singrauli's case, Honorable National Green Tribunal directed state governments as well as the various authorities and the IIT professors and experts from the field of air, water, soil and some experts of King George Medical College, some experts from AIIMS to sit together and directed them to prepare a study on the perspective of air pollution, water pollution, soil pollution, industrialization. Also asked them to suggest the remedial measures and also asked them to suggest how the environment can be restored. The constituted committee met, prepared its report, 350 pages report, submitted to the Honorable National Green Tribunal. But the industries which were under obligation to work on the basis of the experts committee failed to work, and they are waiting for orders of the Honorable National Green Tribunal, making one to the other excuse.
What are the laws which take care of the pollution, whether they are adequate?
We have laws in India like Water Prevention and Control of Pollution Act 1974, which deals with water pollution. There are Manufacturing, Storage and Import of Hazardous Chemical Rules 1989, the Biomedical Waste Management and Handling Rules 1998, the Hazardous Waste Management Handling and Transboundary Movement Rules 2008, the Air Prevention Control of Air Pollution, this Environment Protection Act. There are sufficient laws, but implementation is required to be done by the authorities. It is to be executed. If National Green Tribunal or the Honorable Supreme Court of India passes any order and directs the respective authorities to implement that order and pass that order to implement in a time-bound manner, then the government authorities somehow are not able to implement that order in its entirety. Now, of course, there is a law, Environment Protection Act 2005, which says that if defaulter violates the pollution control norms or creates the pollution, he shall be punished with 5 years and with a maximum fine of rupees 1 lakh or with both. And for the first offense, and for the second offense, it will continue to 5,000 rupees. But actually, on ground level, it is not being implemented. There are certain problems. Problem one, the bodies or the agencies which are under obligation to implement those laws are reluctant. Somehow they don't show much concern. Few days back I was reading an article published in the newspaper where an interview of a pollution control board employee was published. He said, we do not have adequate machines, we do not have staff, we do not have sufficient infrastructure. So these are the situations. If the bodies will say like this and if they will not be given sufficient infrastructure, adequate infrastructure, how the pollution will reduce. Laws are there, government passes an order, pollution control board orders time to time form action plan, but action plans are not implemented because there is no check and balance. For check and balance effectively, for its effective implementation, government again constitute committees or the courts which directly report to the National Green Tribunal, and their salaries must be paid from the polluting industries on the doctrine of polluter pays principle. On that doctrine, industries can be burdened with the cost, and even as per Environment Protection Act, 5,000 rupees per day can be taken from the industries till the time pollution occurs or till the time they do not minimize the pollution or brought it into the reducing level. What kind of problems are being faced in environmental issues? Those problems have never been addressed by the government of India or any authorities. National Green Tribunal passes an order and directs various authorities like district magistrate, sub-divisional magistrate, regional officer of pollution control board, state pollution control board and other authorities. But due to their extra burden or overburden or official work, they are not able to sit together to implement that order to reduce the pollution, so they completely cannot work on an action plan which is even suggested by the National Green Tribunal or Honorable Supreme Court of India. Matter is dragging. Therefore, the court's direction should be completely complied by the responsible authorities, which is required as of today. Then only the pollution level can be reduced.